everybody. I am here today with Claudio Pistolesi, Director of Tennis Programs for JTCC and Bowls, and we're going to talk a little bit about an upcoming program that's going to be taking place on the Bent Tennis Center courts very soon. So welcome. Appreciate having you here. Tell me a little bit more about what we have in store.
Thank you, Tyler. Yes, we are developing tennis, this beautiful sport, and we thought it's good to start with LTN, Learn Tennis Now.
Okay.
So adult player that they are curious to try, even adult time, and from scratch. They never had the racket in their life. We create a curriculum that in relatively short time they can rally, which means to have a fun in tennis. Problem of tennis is that normally it takes longer before you have fun. You can compete in this way with a smaller racket, a softer ball, and this, we study that, and we can offer this to the public and to come in our beautiful campus at Bowl School in South End.
That's fantastic. Tell me a little bit more about when it takes place. How is it a series of meetings? Is it one or two? How does that work?
Yeah, we have orientation day, free orientation day, the January 31st, 6:30, to explain what is going on. It's you will need to pick 2 days per week. There are different sessions. You can be like, for example, Monday, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. And we have 90 minutes. The first hour is on court, and we realize that the final half an hour of the session is about to explain question and answer. Explain the rules of tennis, which are not for granted. It's pretty complicated. You have 15, 30, 40. Why not 45? It's a long story behind. So we need to introduce the sport of tennis to people, and then we have like 6 different sessions during the week. For now, nothing against to do more. Hopefully, it is successful. It's well received from the public, and we are ready to go. The first day is February, the beginning of February.
Wonderful. And what do they need to bring?
The tennis shoe that are good for tennis. We provide for the racket, for the balls. Of course, the coaches are they did studying and trained. They're well trained for that. We take it very serious, and this can be a beginning of a new era for somebody can have a sport of tennis in their life. We can have like tennis community inside balls. At the end of the phase 1, we have different phases. The first phase is really promotional. We have $59, and you can bring a friend for 6 lessons.
Oh wow!
So if you break down, it's really very cheap. If somebody doesn't believe it's true, it is true. So we do it to promote tennis, and then the one likes, they can go, and we explain how to go to the phase 2.
Oh, that's wonderful. I know you're super passionate about tennis and encouraging other people to play, going all the way back to when you were a professional. Do you miss those days?
Yes, I miss a lot. I follow professional tennis. I also miss the tour, but I can assure you that I achieved a lot as a player. I was top 100. I played all the majors. I also achieved a lot as a coach. I would my privilege to coach, for example, Monica Seles. She was number 1 in the world. She won the Australian Open. I was in her team. But the joy and how I can make a difference now in the last 8 years since I got a position here at Bowls as director of tennis program is the best I ever had. From my heart, I tell you this, because you can feel, the young. You can through the tennis to work. I feel I'm an educator also. Try to teach the right values.
So I know that beyond a tennis professional, you're also an author. So tell me about your book.
Yes, I was traveling all my life. When you travel, in every single tournament you go, there are stories. So I learned the power of storytelling. So before I forget, I start to write down, and I took the chance, writing in the night time, to tell stories since I was a junior. When I was junior world champion, 1985, I won the Orange Bowl. So I start from there. Talk about the 80s. So a long time ago. It's a trip around the world and around the time. Because it's 40 years as a junior, as a coach, as a player, as a coach, and as a manager of ATP. I was elected 4 times for ATP Player Council. My president was Roger Federer. And I try to bring into the book the human part of these legends, including Adriano Panatta is our best Italian player. He's in Italian language. I'm trying to translate as soon as possible.
That's great.
In English, of course. And then I talk about Jimmy Connors. There is Somebody see my match in YouTube against Jimmy Connors 1986.
Wow.
And so I talk a lot about Jimmy Connors and Monica Seles, and also is around, but is about also how these legends are human beings. You know, Boris Becker is my age,
Wow.
and I played him 5 times. So there's also funny stories. I can tell you once for all, when my player beat Roger Federer in the final in Milan tournament when Federer was 19 years old.
Mhm.
Didn't know who was going to be.
Sure.
And we end up to be in the locker room, me and Federer. He asked me, Coach, did he played well or I played bad? Why I lost? I said, look, my player, David Sanguinetti, he was a UCLA player, top player, and he played the magic week of his life, but you don't worry, you're a very player. You're a really good player. You're fine. I'm sure he was like in this moment like 30 in the world. Said, I'm pretty sure you have a chance for top 10. And they were so pleased that they say, really, Coach, top 10? I say, yes, yes. Look, if you keep working, you have to get better, your backhand, better physically. I'm pretty sure you go top 10. Oh, thank you. And then and the next thing you know, he won 20 majors. He was the number one for 400 weeks.
That's amazing.
Probably, if not the best, one of the best players. So
Sure.
it's fun to see before, before knowing.
Without a
Even
doubt.
himself, he didn't expect that. So
Right.
this is just an example of one of the 23 stories I brought into the book. And so I hope one day you'll like to read the book.
Well, when it gets translated in English, and I know they're working on that, I definitely want a copy. I want to read about it.
I'd be honored to give you. It's called Once Upon My Tennis.
Yeah. Cool.
That's the
Well,
title.
and if you look at it, the cover has a young Claudio.
yeah, there was, I think, in 1992, something like that. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
My photo in the cover, yeah.
And so I hear that the book is ranked pretty high in Italy, like number
for
2.
tennis book is number 2 after Andre Agassi book, which is I think is unbeatable.
Wow.
But after that, is Nirmo in Italy. It's the second book.
That's amazing.
selling.
Congrats.
Thank
That's
you.
really cool.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're lucky to have you. I asked him
Thank you.
about his experience because he's not one to go out and brag about his success as a professional and as a coach, but we're
Thank
really
you.
lucky to have you here and your expertise, and I love what you're doing with the program and the passion that you bring every day.
Thank you. Let me express my gratitude for ball school. Part of my life. I got position 2018, and I'm super happy, and I really make sure you have my gratitude to have me and then my team. I want to mention my coaching team, which is really I'm proud of them, and really well I believe in the teamwork and with Bolts and with our team in JTCC Bolts.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again.
Thank you
Thanks
very
to
much.
everybody out there for all that you do.